Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's preview as the Griquas take on the Stormers at Lager Park on Tuesday at 4:45 South African Standard Time as the preparation series continues in South Africa with all the teams looking towards next season, regardless of or this season or this coming season. We pretty much don't know where seasons actually begin or end when it comes to South African rugby at the moment, with us going through such a big sort of transition period, with some teams preparing for the Rainbow Cup, and then in theory the Pro 16 or whatever it's going to be, and then other teams preparing for whatever competition they're going to be. A whole relook on the Curry Cup is on the cards. We've got tournaments that used to be like the Super Sport Challenge Cup, Vodafone Cup, all these sort of past tournaments. There will need to be something for teams like the Griquas, Pumas, EP Elephants, and the likes to play in throughout the year. So they're not just playing in the Curry Cup, because you can't ever expect them to try and compete if they're not playing a reasonably high standard of rugby throughout the year. So the preparation series continues, and we're still not seeing particularly strong teams being named for the big sides. Still using it largely for sort of rotation, get the other players into full fitness. Some players are coming back from injury. It's a nice opportunity for them to get a bit of a run out. But we'll see from the Stormers side, definitely not a full strength side. But we're going to start with the Griquas, who are the home side on Tuesday. And look, not too many absentees. The big one there is no Gideon van der Merwe, who's is absent for the game. Carl Ars takes his place. But if you're looking at there, lots of regulars. Marcus Polly was very good in the first round. Alandre Van Rooyen and John Ray Jenkinson, that's fairly standard. Zonelo Zito is getting a chance to play in the series. Cameron Lindsay has been ever present for the Griquas throughout the competition, Super Rugby Unlocked and stuff like that. Stefan Willemstad at number 7, he's quite a regular there. Siba Gomez getting a chance at 8th man. Stefan Unger is the man who's been sort of given the responsibility. It's a big opportunity for Scrum Masters in the Griquas to try and sort of put their hand up and try and fill the void of Zach Berger, who has left and joined the Bulls. George Whitehead will captain the side of fly half. Good to see him back and playing his rugby. Edwin Cater, Edoris Arensa are the two wings. Andre Swartz partners, Stormers Loney, Michael Hasner, who has joined from the Western Cape. Good to see him getting some game time. That is the whole point of a loan deal. Masakole Banda will start at full back. On the bench, lots of familiar names in for the Griquas. People like AJ Lewis, Andrew Bierwinkel, Tida Visser, Ivan Kutsia, all been playing quite a lot of rugby. Johanka de Villiers there, Ashlon Davis, Tinas de Beer, got a lot of starts and look quite good actually. I think quite a promising player, still quite young in his career. And the likes of Daniel Kasenda, Bandisa Ndlovu, Regan Oranja, and Hollow Claassen are there if needs be. In terms of the Stormers team, now obviously it's very interesting sort of time for your Rainbow Cup sides. You aren't fielding their best sides, and I think trying to put quite a grueling pre-season on their big players to try and get them all fit and into peak condition, which is good to see actually, because I think that they're going to struggle. They're going to be going into the Rainbow Cup with teams who've been playing Pro 14, European Champions Cup, very high standard of rugby, and some of the players, a lot of the players, international rugby, especially a lot of the Irish, in fact, all the Irish, Scottish, Italian sides are going to have, Welsh sides are going to have players who've been playing international rugby, so they're going to be up to standard, and that's what we're going to have to try and catch up quickly. So that's why we're seeing players like Sia Khaleesi, going through a very tough preseason to try and get sure that they are prepared. What we're also seeing is second coaches or junior coaches taking reins of the actual teams themselves, which is why it's Rito Tlongwani who is taking over the Stormers at the moment. He is overseeing the Stormers side. There are two changes to the side, so it's relatively unchanged. Sergio Pearson and Sitle Injazula are the two players who have come in. So a bit of a mixture of some players coming back from injuries. There are some big players who are sort of fringe players who we have seen quite a bit of, and then players that we haven't seen much of at all. So the bench, let's go into, not the bench, the scrum. You've got Scurry and Tabeni there, Springbok cap, Neatling Pushir and Ali from Mark. A very good front row. David Mehersing, very talented young lock. Partners Chris Van Zyl, who will captain the side, very experienced there. Then you see Marcel Tienhuizen, Ben Jason Dixon, and Joano Augustus. So look, chances for Marcel Tienhuizen, Ben Jason Dixon to try and step up, because it doesn't look like the Stormers are looking to replace Sia Khaleesi. They're going to actually promote from within. So big opportunity for these players to try and put their hand up and say that we deserve to be in the big sort of the plans going forward. Godlin Masimla is the scrum half. Bit of a worry in terms of depth. Stormers, a couple of scrum masters who are very talented, but who's going to be the one to put pressure on Herschel Yankees and try and bring the best out of them. Then Kay Voliter, I thought, had quite a good game in the first round. Kicking was a little bit dodgy at times, but such a young player, such an exciting player. It's good to see he's going to get a decent run out. Leon Zas, Sitle Injazula, as you mentioned earlier, are the two wings. Connor Smith will partner Ruan Nile, who I think is the best Stormers outside centre. Sergio Peterson will start at full back. Injuries to Tristan Lates have sort of necessitated that positional change. And on the bench, Chad Solomon, Quenzo Blossa, Lee Morin, Mazubuko are the reserve front row. Ivan Ruiz, Ernst van Rijn, Paul de Vet, Chris Schroeder, Edwin van der Merwe, Sazi Sande, and Abner van Reenen will provide backup as needed. And so, look, you look at that team and you think that, I think it should be quite a good match, actually. I think the Griquas have got a lot of their best players back. I think not having Gideon van der Merwe back is a big blow to them. But it's still a good Stormers side. You know, Joano Augustus, Ruan Nau, Scarra Interveni, Chris Van Zyl, David Meerhuis, those are very, very good players. And then you've got players like Cade Volata, Leon Zas, you know, Sergio Peterson, who are trying to sort of prove a point and trying to sort of, keep their Stormers' careers alive in terms of getting into that top 23 and making sure that when the Stormers play their first Rainbow Cup game, they are in the mix. Which is what the sort of preparation series is all about. It's about teams finding out where their depth lies, where their depth doesn't lie, who's good enough for the team, who isn't, which positions do they need to strengthen, do they need to dip into the market, all of that sort of thing. So that's what this whole series is about, and that's why I think we need to be very cognizant about what we're expecting from the teams. You know, yes, you want to see some good rugby, but it's more for me about identifying individual performances and even certain degree certain patterns, you know, trying to sort of see what style of rugby certain teams want to play and are they going to try and do it with the players they've got, or is it a case of they're looking at whichever team they've got and they're going to try and go a certain direction. So, yeah, look, I don't think we can look at the preparation series overall too intensely, but I would like, in terms of individual performances, trying to gauge, you know, which are the best players at every union in terms of the fringe players who can actually start pushing pressure and deserve to be maybe considered ahead of some of the more senior players. So that's really kind of what we need to take out of the preparation series. Please do smash a like on the video, subscribe if you are new. We'll be going live for preparation series. We've got Sharks versus Cheetahs. We might be doing Lions versus EP Elephants as well. We'll monitor that and see what's going to happen there. And then we've also got Six Nations coming up next weekend as well, so lots of rugby happening. We'll hopefully launch a cricket podcast this week, as well as potentially a Premier League football show. So make sure you keep it locked on Forever Sports. So much content coming up your way. My name is Stephen. Thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you very, very soon.